Peace. My name is Chandra, and I'm just want to share a little video with you. And I want to say I'm in a place where life is wonderful. It is wonderful. The gift itself, just to be grateful for life itself, is wonderful. I could say the last year, my life has changed, and it's changed for the better. I've really learned to be grateful for all I have. And not physical things, but grateful just to be alive. Grateful for the trees, grateful for the silence that's in my mind when I have a chance to just break and be with my thoughts. Grateful for my family, my children, and their growth and progress. Not just school, but who they are as people. I'm grateful. I'm blessed and grateful just for a wonderful husband who strives to grow and makes decisions that's best for this family, provider, just a loving person, and his evolution. I'm grateful for that, just for his personal growth and his willingness to listen and, just have the friendship we have. That's the most beautiful thing about our relationship is our friendship. Marriage is nothing. It's a piece of paper without friendship, and that's what we have. We have friendship. And I can honestly say I love it. I love it. So I'm just in a place of just being grateful. About a year ago, I was complaining about being a mother, not realizing the power of being a mother, the gift of being a mother, and what nurturing that I was giving to my children. I didn't see my blessings. I was blocking my own blessings because I was looking for everything to come so grand and all at once for me to see it, that I didn't realize that I was walking in my blessings. And I was saying, I'm only a mom. And one day, I was sitting at the dinner table with my children, my husband, and, we eat together, a lot when we can. But anyway, we were sitting at the dinner table and we were talking. And I said to my sons, and it was just my sons, my daughter, she wasn't there. And I said to my sons, who do you think have the hardest time, with growth? Is it women or men? And my 11-year-old said, I think it's women because they have periods and they have children and they got to give birth, and I think that's hard. And I said, okay. And my 16-year-old said, both. And I said, okay, why do you say that? And he said, because women have their issues and things that they have to work on with themselves, but men have theirs. And just as well as it's starting, with us as teenagers, girls, they tend to talk to each other and they can cry and they can express themselves. But as boys, we tend to hold that in. And as we hold that in, that becomes anger for many of us. And I was intrigued. And he said, so, a lot of us are dealing with bouts of anger. And I said to him, what about you? Are you dealing with bouts of anger? And he said, sometimes, yet I can talk to you guys. And that's something I have that most of my friends don't have. And I was blown away. I was blown away and I was grateful. I was grateful to be able to be that heir to him. I was grateful to be able to be a mother in that moment. It just all hit me that what I'm doing is worth everything. And how blessed am I to be able to be here and do it and be able to be an ear and be able to be a support system to him, that he grows up as a black man and becomes something great. And from that moment on, I never knocked myself or said, and I wasn't really knocking myself, but I was, subconsciously and consciously, because I didn't see what I was doing. I didn't see the gift. Saying I'm just the mother was really blocking my vision from being the greatness that I am. And from that moment, I've never said that again. I am a proud mother. And that was a blessing for me to see what I was doing as a mom. And I'm just grateful to be a mother. And I'm grateful for the gift that not only raising them, but the gift to be able to be that heir and teach them and nurture them and love them. I know that I'm in a place where I can help my sons, and I would love to help more black boys know that love does exist in women. We have a nurturing spirit. We have a nurturing soul. And I love children. I've worked as a teacher, so I've always loved children. They're my passion. And sometimes when you have a greater vision for yourself, sometimes you block your own blessings, you block your passion. And at that moment, I saw my passion again, and it filled me with so much love and joy. From that day on, I began to change my life as far as being a mother. I spend more time with my sons. I thought I spent enough before, but goddamn, there's more. Spend more time with them. I spend more time supporting them and letting them know the support that they need is there. It's available whenever they need it. I'm not, shying away from any subject, and that includes sex. I'm very comfortable talking about sex in my home. I feel is a subject that shouldn't be taboo because it was taboo in my home growing up. It was a subject my mother didn't talk about. And one day I'll share a video on my sexuality and, what I learned. Because for me, I didn't have a bunch of men in my life. I never been with a bunch of guys. I've always been that one woman kind of girl. And, I learned a lot about opening up. It took me to actually get married the second time around to really open up sexually. That was something that was sacred to me because I was always, a little different. So spirituality was important to me from a little girl, little girl. I was a different little kind of kid. But anyway, so it took me a long time because I had to find someone I trust sexually. And no, I wasn't raped, but sex was something that I just saw when I was younger, that people were in lust, not love. And it wasn't something that it was something that should be expressed in a way that wasn't on a low vibration. And I'm not saying you can't lust the one you with. Yet it needs to be a connection. And that's the way it's always been for me. It needed to be some kind of connection mentally that stimulated me, not just physical things, but from the heart, who this person is that I'm sleeping with. And, that didn't happen for me, a deeper connection, until I met my husband. But anyway, that's a long story. But back on the subject, I learned a lot. So I got back into respecting parenting. And I feel like I'm doing a great job. I feel like I'm going to continue to let go and allow them to become more responsible in their life and be more of a support system. Like, our relationship has changed. I'm not guiding them in the same way or trying to run their lives. I'm helping them, teaching them how to guide themselves. So when they're on their own and they're adults, they'll be their own guidance. Loving the experience of raising black boys into men and giving them that nurturing quality. I'm seeing it work its way in a different way. My sons are more at peace. Funny. They're more comfortable with themselves because they know they have the support. And they know they have the support system from both parents, the yin and the yang, their father and me. It doesn't go without discipline if they're not doing something they're supposed to be doing or is responsible for doing. But it's a great experience to see young men grow into men and how verbal and communicative they have become over these last couple years. And I'm blessed. I suggest that every woman, sit down and talk to their sons. Get to know him. Get to know your sons. Not in a way where you feel like I'm the mother, he's the child, but as a person. Get to know them. Listen to them. They have a voice. Many men, because they live in a society, we live in a society that has been conditioned that men shouldn't express themselves. We forget to hear their voice. Their voice get swallowed up and becomes silenced because of society saying that boys are a certain way or they shouldn't cry or shouldn't express themselves. And we tend to not ask them how they feel, but it's the best thing you can do. It's the best thing you can do as a woman is to get to know your sons. Get to know your sons. Sit down, communicate, love on them. Yes, they need hugs and kisses too, and they need to sit down and communicate. Don't just hug on them, but communicate. Ask them how was their day. Go a little deeper with subjects about sexuality. Go a little deeper to find out what's going on with them. Find out if they're angry, why they're angry, what's going on, what can you do to work on you guys' relationship to bring it to a place where you learn to be closer to your son and see the best come out of him. Why is he not doing well in school? Whatever the issue is, get to know your son. You'll find that he's just as colorful and as expressive and as loving as you would like a child to be or a man to be. And I feel like I'm doing something for society by creating young black men that are seeing their way in life. And it's a blessing. It's a blessing to be in their lives. It's a blessing to have children and have a relationship with them. So I just wanted to share that. And like I said, the next video I have to make, I have to speak about sexuality and how important it is to me, and you know how I don't know, like I said, you know how passionate from a little girl I was about connection. You know, not just being with anybody to be with somebody, or I need a man to hold me and that kind of thing. That just was never me. I needed connection. I needed connection. I needed to feel and connect and from a deeper place rather than he's cute, I want to fuck him. It's just not who I am. Never will be. But once again, just loving life. Just loving life. Being grateful. Grateful for it all. Grateful for the connection with life. Grateful for the time that I'm in. Just grateful. I'm feeling grateful. I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be alive, and I'm grateful for life. Because once you have breath in you, you can always change your situation. You can always create. You know, you can always create. You have the brush. And life is the canvas. You can always create. So I'm grateful. And I just wanted to share that and just say peace and learn to be grateful for life. Learn to be grateful for everything that life has to offer and all the lessons. It's a beautiful gift. And when you find your peace, you'll know it because you'll feel it. Peace and love.